So there you go. If it's mundane, why am I making you wait? Because it's a story that needs to be told in order and make sense. It's a stupid story. It's annoying. It's you know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, let me tell you a 15, 20-minute story before we're supposed to do gameplay. This is not the podcast. That's the point of the podcast. If I have a story to tell, I'll tell it on the podcast because that gives content to the podcast. You understand the concept of a podcast. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't understand the concept of a podcast. Allow me to explain. On a podcast, someone is there to discuss topics. Usually there's an interesting story. There's something to discuss with a little bit of feedback. Sometimes there's an interview, but sometimes there's a back and forth with a viewing audience. Sometimes, you know what I mean? There's many topics usually in a podcast. And it involves someone talking. So why would I do that now when I'm about to start a game when I could do it on the podcast tomorrow? Why jump the gun? Right? There you go. It's not exciting. I mean, people want to know what it is. I mean, is it mundane? Yes, it is. But people want to know what it is because it affected the stream today. It affected the streams all weekend. We had to swap the streams because of it. You see? There you go. It's not exciting. I mean, people want to know what it is. I mean, is it mundane? Yes, it is. But people want to know what it is because it affected the stream today. It affected the streams all weekend. We had to swap the streams because of it. You see? Why so patronizing to a viewer question? Because I'm not being patronizing. I'm answering the question. The question was, why won't I tell the story tonight if it's mundane? I just answered it for you because I run a podcast every day and I'm saving the content for the podcast because that's where you should tell those kind of stories. This is not rocket science and it's not patronizing. That's me explaining things very rationally and matter-of-factly. If you think it's patronizing, maybe you're a little sensitive sissy. Yeah. Maybe you should pull up your panties a little tighter then. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. North Scout, I never said... See, this is the thing. People are stupid. North Scout says a lot of people stuck around during the interruption. They wanted to find out what would happen when you came back. You wouldn't tell them. Yeah, because I said all along I was telling you tomorrow. I even said that on today's podcast. I said I will tell you tomorrow when the story is resolved what it was. I never said I was going to come back and tell the story then. I never said that at all. So people are stupid. And they just started, I guess, believing something in a weird groupthink manner, despite the fact the person making the content already explained the way that the story would be told, and they ignored it. You know what they call that? Being dumb. So sorry if people sat around expecting something that I distinctly told them would be tomorrow. That was dumb. Shall we continue? What's the next thing? Throw another thing at me. Come on, let's go.
Flashback.
Exclusive. We just hang out for a little bit. All right. What's happening? I already told you guys I'm not going to tell you the specifics till the issue is done and resolved because it's this simple. It doesn't make sense. I've learned from experience. Don't talk about things early. Talk about things after the story is complete. That way you can tell the whole story. All right. So I'll tell you later. All right. So I'll tell you later.